The government of South Sudan approved a new constitutional bill. On Friday, August 7, 2026, the South Sudanese cabinet met in Juba under the leadership of President Salva Kiir. During that meeting, the cabinet approved a constitutional amendment bill. The bill is called the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan Amendment Number 13 Bill 2026. The name may sound complicated, but the main idea is relatively simple. The proposed law would create a legal path for South Sudan to conduct national election before the country has completed its permanent constitution. This is important because the current legal framework connects election to the permanent constitution. Under the existing arrangement, elections are expected to take place under a permanent constitution, but South Sudan has not yet completed that permanent constitution. This has created a major legal and political problem. If the permanent constitution is not ready, what legal framework would be used for the election? The government answer is now clear. It wants the country to amend the transitional constitution so that the December 2026 election can take place under the amended transitional legal framework. In simple words, the government wants to create the election from the permanent constitution process. The two processes would continue, but they would no longer have to be complete at the same time. That is a major change. To understand why this is important, we need to look at South Sudan political situation. South Sudan became independent in 2011. Since independence, the country has experienced political instability, armed conflict, and repeated delay in establishing a stable democratic system. The 2018 peace agreement was supposed to help the country move from conflict toward political stability. The agreement created a transitional unity government. It also included plan for security reform, constitutional reform, and elections. But many of these processes have taken much longer than originally expected. The transitional period has been extended several times. The election have also been postponed. Now the government say the country must finally move toward election, but the permanent constitution is still not complete. This is where the latest constitutional amendment become important. And instead of waiting for the amendment constitution to be completed first, the government of South Sudan and the President Salva Kiir want election to happen under the transitional constitution. The permanent constitution process can then continue separately. This could remove one of the biggest legal obstacles standing in the way of the December election. But removing a legal obstacle does not automatically solve all the other problems, and this is where the debate becomes much bigger. Let's look at the role of the 2018 peace agreement. The government of South Sudan say the proposed amendments are connected to the 2018 reply peace agreement on the resolution of the conflict in South Sudan. The peace agreement was designed to bring South Sudan major political forces together after a year of conflict. It included provision dealing with governance, security, constitutional reform, and elections. According to Justice and Constitutional Affairs Minister Wek Mamerkol, the constitutional amendments are being introduced under Article 8.4 of the 2018 peace agreement. The government say this provision provides a basis for legislative action to support the electoral process. The latest move also follow recent change to the peace agreement itself. Those changes remove requirement that a permanent constitution and national population census must be completed before election can take place. This means the government of South Sudan is trying to remove several conditions that previously stood between South Sudan and the election. First, the permanent constitution would no longer have to be completed before the vote. Second, the population and housing census would be postponed until after the election. And third, the election process would be separated from the constitution making process. The government appeared to be saying, we cannot continue waiting forever. The election must move forward while the other national process continue. So what happened next? The cabinet approval does not mean the constitutional amendment is already law. There is still a step to follow. The bill will now go to the Transitional National Legislative Assembly. The members of parliament will debate the proposed change. Then they will then have to approve the bill before it can be sent to President Salva Kiir Mayardit for assent. Only after the necessary legal steps are completed can the amendment become part of the country legal framework. So there is still a political and legislative process ahead. The government will need support inside the legislature, and because the issue concerns the country election and constitution, the debate could become very important. Supporters of the amendment are likely to argue that South Sudan has already spent too much time in transition. They may say the election should not be delayed again because of unfinished constitutional work. Critics, however, may argue that changing the law to make election possible does not necessarily mean the country is ready for a credible election. That difference is extremely important. A country can create a legal framework for an election, but the real question is whether the election environment is ready or not. Opposition group and civil society organizations have continued to raise concern about the December election. Their argument is not simply about the constitution. They are pointing to wider political and security problems across the country. Some opposition group said important part of the 2010 peace agreement remain unfinished. Among the concerns are the unification of rival armed forces, security sector reform, constitutional reform, and the creation of a political environment where different parties can compete freely. These issues matter because elections are not only about voting. An election requires much more than ballot papers and polling stations. People need to feel safe. Political parties need to be able to campaign. Candidates need to be able to speak to voters. The media need space to report. Citizens need to be able to organize. Security forces need to remain professional and neutral. And voters need confidence that their vote will matter. Without this condition, an election can take place legally, but still face question about its credibility. This is why the debate over December 2026 is not simply will there be an election. The bigger question is what kind of election will it be? Another important part of the government decision concerned the national population and housing census. Previously, the census was connected to the election and constitutional process. Now, the government wants to postpone it until after the election. This is another major change. A population census is important for understanding how many people live in a country and where they live. It can also help with planning public services and political representation. But conducting a national census in a country that has experienced conflict and displacement can be a difficult task. Large number of South Sudanese people have moved because of conflict. Some are living outside the country, others are internally displaced. Security conditions also differ from one part of the country to another. The government therefore appears to believe that waiting for the census could delay the election even further. Its current position is essentially that the election should happen first and the census should follow. But critics may still question whether an election can be properly organized without updated population information. This is another issue that will likely remain part of the national debate. The cabinet meeting was not only about elections. The government also discussed South Sudan's role in the East African community. Cabinet directed the Minister of Finance and Planning to clear outstanding membership contribution. The government also endorsed the election of South Sudanese representative to the East African Legislative Assembly. Regional cooperation was also discussed, including cooperation with Kenya in an area such as security, foreign affairs, and infrastructure. These issues may appear separate from the election debate, but they are connected to South Sudan's broader attempt to strengthen its regional relationship. South Sudan is a part of a region where political development can have consequences beyond national border. Security problem can cross border. Refugees can move across border. Economic problem can affect neighboring countries. Infrastructure projects also require cooperation. Kenya has historically played an important role in South Sudan peace and political process. Therefore, closer cooperation with Kenya and other East African countries could become important as South Sudan moves toward elections.